Encountering development progress in third world countries was not always been an easy task. The discourses and the practices cannot be separated from the inceptions of the Western world, which was rooted in the elements of modernity and capitalism. At the most general level, the third world, new sorts of power and knowledge are being employed to ensure the conformance of its people to a specific type of economic and cultural conduct, broadly speaking, that embodied in the American way of life. Through this process, not only the economic, but increasingly also the sociocultural and political systems of the advanced countries are being gradually permeated and appropriated by the socioeconomic and cultural systems of the advanced countries, which are primarily, but not exclusively, driven by economic imperatives.
Mozambique's development processes and attempts have always been inferior to the dominant hegemonic Western countries. Foreign direct investment seems like an instrument of the international organization like the IMF and the UN as the manifestation of Western powers to set certain rules and regulations to follow. This creates the dependent relation of Mozambique toward the West. The funding from these international bodies have tremendously contributed to Mozambique's development and infrastructures, which further increased the reliance on them, as well as building a sense for a payback that longs Mozambique's existence. However, there have been creeping fears of FDI vulnerability and ineffectiveness, which affected Mozambique in recent years. But these drawbacks were also argued to be influenced by Mozambique's lack of clarity in defining development, as well as other issues regarding power imbalances, non-transparency, and their governmentality. This specific research will further argue whether Mozambique's responses, which seem to be detaching from the current FDI volatility, will be a good move for their long-term social, economic, and political development.
As expressed, the making and the unmaking of the Third World seem to be inseparable from a discursive construction of long-existing hegemonic bodies. Escobar's development as a discourse suitably described our research phenomenon. The discursive understanding was that for a country to develop, it might have to rely on a country that can fund those development processes. But the question is, how would it turn out for Mozambique?